Hey, good morning. Welcome back to Growing Dreams Homestead. I'm Dana and it is September 23rd, so it is officially fall and it is a beautiful day today. I've been out working in the flower beds since early this morning and got a lot to do. I know everybody's probably working on all their fall projects, so that's kind of the name of the game for me today. So thought we'd talk a little bit about our pigs and our meat situation, because we did butcher 2 of our pigs last weekend. I actually got some bacon on the smoker. I'll show you. Okay, that is one side of bacon. It smells so good. So we butchered our 2 Durocs last Saturday. One we sold to a friend and he helped us butcher both the pigs. So we sold that to him at cost, and then we kept one, and then the little cross, she is not quite ready yet. She's smaller than them, so we're still feeding her out. But they were 100 pounds on the half once they were dressed and hanging. And then, so total we got about 180 pounds of meat. So we're going to talk about that. I'm going to sit right here in the garden in my little garden chair by the chickens. They're probably going to be noisy. But so we bought our pigs at the end of April and they were $200 each. And then we get feed from a feed mill like right down the road, just a couple miles. And so we figure we got about $400 in each pig. So that comes up to about $2.20 a pound for meat. So that is really amazing. Definitely cheaper than anything you can get at the store, and it is gorgeous. So I'll pop up a video of the meat on the kitchen counter, because there's a lot, and that's just one pig. So I'm down in the garden. Things are coming to an end. I did clear out all the, well, not all, but most of the sunflowers that had, died out. I still got a lot of peppers and tomatoes. I did put a little post on Facebook for anybody, that's friends with us. If they need tomatoes, let me know. They can have them free to a good home, because there's still a lot in here, but I've been canning like crazy. I've made diced tomatoes and salsa and spaghetti sauce. So I have tons of stuff put up in the pantry for winter. So I could make more, but if anybody else can use them, I want to offer them. And I could always feed them to the chickens and the pig, but we'll see if anybody needs them. I'll take you around, let you see the garden, and then we're gonna go check out the greenhouse. So first off, how gorgeous is that? Those morning glories and marigolds climbing the arbor, gorgeous. Now this bed to the right is full of strawberries, and it is very loaded with tons of plants. So we have talked about making some more beds and then getting all those babies out of there. So here's a look at the garden. All these tomatoes are still going strong, and you can see I cut down a ton of the sunflowers. And over here there's marigolds that are almost as tall as I am, and we'll take a look at the peppers. Alright, there are lots of peppers in here. There's one that's starting to turn red. Look at these guys. They're everywhere. And I will be slicing and freezing these. There's some yellow ones in there, another red. Then we have some banana peppers back here. Lots and lots of peppers to take care of. There's some more banana peppers on that plant. So there's some onions still on the ground. And I grew these from seed, and their necks never bent, and now they have multiple heads. Check this one out. I think it has like 6. Isn't that wild? I'm not quite sure what to do with that. I think you can just split them off. And anyway, tomatoes, lots of tomatoes. And here are all my hot waxy peppers. I'm gonna be doing another load of them in the canner. They are so good. Then here are these hot, I think they're called cherry bomb peppers. We haven't tried one yet, but they are turning red, so they are, oh, you got my shadow. They are ready. Then we have more tomatoes, jalapenos. The back of the garden's kind of on its way out. More tomatoes. There's my arch. All of our squash is done. Lots of tomatoes back there. We do have a birdhouse gourd going wild. I'll show you on the back. Look at all these tomatoes. Yeah, any friends who need tomatoes, let me know, because we have a ton. All right. So our fall garden routine is to pretty much let this stuff go, collect what we can and what we want, and then once the frost comes, I will open up the fence over here and let the chickens in, and then they will work on the garden. They will scratch and eat things and find bugs and fertilize. Usually I leave them in here until about February, and then we get reset for spring. So last year I did have the front part of the garden planted in fall crops, but I did not get to that this year. I've been so busy. But I do have fall crops planted in the greenhouse, and that is where we will head next. It's a little breezy today, but it feels so nice. Fall is the perfect time to get a lot of projects done because it's not so terribly hot. It is opening day of youth weekend here in Indiana, so all the youth hunters, I hope you get you a nice deer today. Kane is going to be out again this afternoon hunting, so hopefully he will bring home a buck. That would be awesome. He would be so excited because it would be his first deer. So here we are in the greenhouse. We have not had rain in almost 40 days, so everything is really starting to give up for fall, so that's okay. You know, that time of year, and I don't mind it. We've worked so hard in the garden, so everything's had its turn. And you can see in my chandelier I have some sage hanging to dry. It smells so good in here. I really need to clean up in the greenhouse, but I haven't yet. That's one of my fall things I need to do. I may even get it tackled today. So I wanted to show you my little system I have going for my fall veggies. We will start with what is already growing. So there is my sage. Then we have our dwarf tomatoes, which did not get huge, so that is nice. And then we do have a tomato that was a volunteer one that we brought in. There is a pepper back here that is probably almost 5 foot tall. Then I have my drip tape ran. A friend of mine gave me a bunch of drip tape, so we have some cilantro coming up. There's some carrots, which I think were what my In My Gardener mystery seeds were. And then we have another pepper here. I have planted kale and cabbage and broccoli and lettuce and turnips and all kinds of stuff. And then so I have this drip tape ran in here. Now we are very far downhill from the water spigot, so I think we will be good. You know, in the winter the water should drain out of the lines, and I hope to have some sprouts here pretty soon. I just love having this greenhouse. It is so nice when it's chilly outside to come in here and it be nice and warm. I still have the shade cloth on right now because it is still getting up in the 80s some days, but I think next week we're back in the 70s, and then we'll probably drop off from there. Our first frost date is usually mid-October, so we only have a few more weeks of you know, warmer nighttime temperatures, but we are like waking up in the high 40s, low 50s right now, so it's a little chilly in the mornings, but then by the afternoon it's nice again. I thought I'd take you over to the flower garden. It doesn't look great, but you know, it is what it is. It's fall. I really need to move the chickens fence to some fresh grass, but the ground is so dry from us not having rain that it's like concrete. We can't even put the little step-in post into the ground, so I guess that's gonna have to wait. So we are walking over to the flower garden. There's the piggy. Piggy girl. Hi, sweet girl. I was over here earlier and pulling some weeds. pulling things out of the raised beds. So here's a look at the fall flower garden. As you can see, a lot of things are drying up and going to seed. So we'll take a walk. Here are some zinnias, and there are Job's tears in here. Those little bead things, they're super cool. They have reseeded themselves. All these sunflowers are done. There is some cosmos and some more zinnias. There's a lot of weeds in here too. I didn't do a great job of weeding this year. Everything's really just looking sad because it is coming to the end of the season. There are still some really pretty ones. Look at that one. But mostly dying out, and that's okay. I will collect a ton of these for seed for next year. Once you buy zinnia seeds, you will never have to buy them again because you can just collect them, unless there's specific varieties you want. But I will collect all of these for next year. We will do some more planting. Look at that. Gorgeous. Love it. Alright, I just wanted to make a quick video, hop on here and show you all what's going on around the homestead and tell you about our pigs. We were super happy with how they turned out, and we'll probably have this other one ready to go here in a couple weeks. We'll be filling up the freezer for sure. Like I said, it's hunting season now in Indiana, so maybe Kane will get a deer. If he does, we'll be so happy for him. If not, archery season starts in October, and my husband will be hunting a lot, and that'll be cool. So lots to do. We have to take care of the chicken coop, get it cleaned out, get it buttoned up for winter, clean out the greenhouse, take off the shade cloth, you know, just put away all the summer stuff and get ready for fall. So I hope y'all are having a great weekend and that your gardens were as lovely as ours was, and I'll see you soon, okay? Have a great day. Bye. Here is a look at the birdhouse gourd, and there's probably a lot more in there. It's just such a jungle, I can't really see.